Greetings, family. Welcome back to another episode of Through the Looking Glass. I am your amazing host, Key, the FreakShow Babe, and Intuitive Oracle. And for today's insightful intuitive messages, I have for you the understanding that if you identify as a light worker or someone who is a warrior of light or a part of the galactic family or any of these things that operate as a light worker that's here to illuminate the way and to be a beacon of hope and guidance and light for others, I wanted to remind you or just make it known, because this was missed on me, that our spiritual team is comprised of both light and dark beings. And also the understanding or the reminder that as a light worker, you do not spend your time in the light. You actually spend a lot of your time and your work in the shadows, moving through the darkness, being that illuminating light. So a lot of times you will be put in situations where there's a lot of darkness there. It's not to punish you. It is because this is the role you assigned yourself, the role you signed up to do in the oath that you took when you decided to come incarnate into this realm during this time. So you may find yourself attracting a lot of people who have a lot of issues, who have a lot of pain, who have a lot of trauma toward you. It's not to punish you. It's not to surround yourself by darkness, but they're drawn to your light. They're drawn to that healing energy that you're giving off, because that's what they're supposed to do. So when you get around in these spaces, sometimes it is very easy to feel alone, overwhelmed, in the dark. You can actually lose yourself in a bit of that darkness, and that's all, again, a part of the process. When we reach a certain level in our spiritual growth, in our spiritual development, there is a time and a place for us to actually turn to our own shadow, turn within, and allow that darkness to consume us and teach us and level us up to that next level of awakening, that next level of understanding, so that our light shines brighter, bigger, and we're able to impact more people. So at first you have a tiny, like a small spark within you, the divine spark that's in you. And that is basically the catalyst that allows you to see angel numbers or whatever, like, things in which, to hear spirit talking to you, to see apparitions, or to see different things in your life. These are catalysts. That divine spark initially is the catalyst to get you started on your journey. As we progress throughout our journey, and right now, if you're listening to this in 2026 in February, which is when it's going to be posted, you'll understand that there is a lot of things going on in the world, and it's always a lot of things going on in the world. But right now, it seems to be an overwhelming breakdown of a lot of the old systems. If you look at the astrological chart, the true one, the one that operates on the actual sky, true sky astrology, sidereal astrology, not the westernized astrology that's been truncated and dumbed down for the 3D world, you will see that certain things, that certain systems, they've run their course, and it's time for us. We are in the Genesis and the Renaissance period. So the Genesis moment is we have started over. You are probably, if you're listening to this, you are at the point either where you've already met your Genesis point in your life, or you're coming up on this Genesis point and you need this piece of information to understand, to help you on your path forward. But anyway, we're at a point of breaking down old systems and we're breaking down the old systems, and the next phase is obviously going to be rebuilding anew. And so if you're at this point, you may see systems falling apart in your regular waking life. You may see challenges, in your personal life, in your relationships, things like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that these people aren't aligned with you to stay with you. It's that they're here with a teacher. They're here to teach you something. They're here to help you grow and excel. As a light worker, as a light being, as a person who is here to shift and move the consciousness in this realm right now, your role actually is very vital to what's happening. You being here is already shifting the environment in the ways, enough, because we all want better. We're focused. Those of us who came here with that golden thread, came here with the desire to do and a mission to do certain things. So even in your darkest moments, you are still illuminating the way for others. When you are down, when you are going through your spiritual battles, when you are going through your dark night of the soul, even the people around you are still being illuminated because you never actually lose the divine spark within you. What actually happens is when a person is aligned with a specific starseed or light worker or, a federation or family member, when these people in our soul tribe are assigned around us and to us, by default, as we heal, they heal alongside us. You cannot exist in a space with a light worker or a starseed or a federation member or a family member. If you pick up on these words, you know what I'm talking about. You can't exist in those spaces with these types of beings and these types of energies without elevating. So you may be surrounded by intense dynamics, family situations, interpersonal relationships, friend groups that maybe you think no longer serve you, but you're still there for a reason. It's to grow, to elevate yourself out of that environment. And as a result, the friend group typically breaks down. They see somebody who broke the cycle, and then they also want to figure out how they can break the cycle. So again, this is the reminder, the understanding, or the notification, because for me, it definitely was a huge light bulb moment when last night, sitting with my spiritual team and saying like I don't know what's going on, like what is the deal, like what is the deal, and they're like, yeah, we assigned like these demons to you. You have demons assigned to you, and they're supposed to be. You're operating in the land of duality. The 3D world is duality, and while we're working towards this new earth and this 5D and all this other stuff that we like to talk about and fantasize about, the fact still stands that the majority of society operates on a duality type of mindset: good, bad, evil versus, good, light versus dark, and all of these things. And when you integrate this information inside of yourself, you become a bigger beacon, which you attract more things to you, more things for you to work through, more things for you to help others with. So I would like to leave you with this phrase that my spiritual team loves to say to me: the more you have, the more you have to share with others. Meaning, the more light and the more insight you have in your life, in understanding, the more you have to share with others. The last and the very, very last thing I'll ask you is, are you dedicated to your mission? Are you devoted to your mission? The role right now that we should be occupying, or that we will need to occupy in order to get ahead, is to devote ourselves to our mission. And when you devote yourself to your mission, you were dedicated in the past. This time is going to require devotion. Devotion means that you adjust basically your entire life and around supporting your life mission, your life path, your life purpose. You become in sync with it in a way that you embody it and you become a living prayer. So when people pray for help and assistance and guidance, magical beings typically don't come out of the sky in the forms of winged creatures. They come out of the sky in the forms of light workers, star seeds, people who have a bit of information to help that person overcome some fear or some block that they've been facing. That prayer that they prayed for, that guidance, for that help, is you. Just like you were helped by spiritual teacher ABCD or person ABCD in your path to get you where you are now, your role is to devote yourself to being that light and being that beacon and that path forward for others. Not in an in your face kind of way, but in allowing yourself and allowing your life to be a living prayer. When you exercise your birthright of being that living prayer, you by default illuminate everybody and everything around you. So, okay, guys, that is my time. If you would like to connect more with me and my amazing energy, head over to my website, FreakShowBabe.com. I do have another website, but we'll talk about that later. Put your name in the list for the newsletter that'll eventually come out. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Toodles.